So now I will talk about vibrational rotational spectra. As I described in my two previous videos, that if we take the harmonic oscillator or we take the anharmonic approximation, which type of the spectra, vibrational spectra we observe. And if we take a high resolution, then we get that in case of anharmonic, we get the fundamental band and overtones. If we take the high resolution, then what we get, that those fundamental band or overtones, they are composed of other several lines. Here I am showing you, suppose if you are taking the carbon monoxide, this is also diatomic. So we get a fundamental band around 2000 centimeter minus 1. But if we take the high resolution of the absorption spectra, so what we get, that we get a null line. This is around 2150 centimeter minus 1, and there are the two branches. So I will explain you what is the reason of this null point and what are these two branches. Similarly, in case of HCl, we also get such type of wing-like structure. So how we get? So here we take the two concepts, like here our potential curve is anharmonic, and also I explained you that each vibrational level, these vibrational level consist of several rotational levels. If you remember in my previous video of the introduction of molecular structure, I told you about that it composed of electronic levels, vibrational level, and each vibrational level consists of the rotational level. So what happens, suppose if we are having a diatomic molecule, if it is now vibrating and it is also rotating, so what happens, that the internuclear separation here, Re, it will increase. So if it will increase, so what will happen, that the energy which I am writing here, this is just a sum of vibrational term and rotational term. So here I am assuming that there is no interaction between the rotational and vibrational energies. So here just a simple sum of the vibrational and rotational. So in my previous one, anharmonic, we have written the GB like omega E and this minus omega E XC. This is the anharmonicity constant, and this V plus 1 by 2. V is the vibrational quantum number, and in my video pure rotational spectra, I talked about this BJJ plus 1, and this B constant is written like h upon 8 pi square IC. I is the moment of inertia, so it means I is mu r square, which depends on the value of the internuclear separation. If we are moving towards the higher vibrational quantum numbers, it means the value of R is increasing. So what will happen? Suppose if we are increasing the vibrational numbers, so it means that the R is increasing. If R is increasing, I will increase, and if I will increase, so B will decrease. It means for the higher values of V, the B that will decrease, and this B determines the BJJ plus 1. For the same value, this determines the spacing between the rotational levels. So how the value of a smaller B will affect if we are moving towards the increasing B number. So it means, suppose if we are taking the V double dash as a lower vibrational level and V dash as a higher vibrational level, it means the constant associated with the V double dash, that will be greater than V dash. It means that if we plot like that, this is a vibrational level. Suppose this is the V double prime, this is V prime, and these are the associated rotational levels. So we can see that because of this high value of the BV dash double dash, the separation is larger than the separation between the rotational levels in a V dash. So as if we move in the higher values of vibrational levels, the separation between the rotational energy levels, that will decrease. So that gives, and since every vibrational level is composed of the several rotational level, so suppose if you are taking a single electronic level, so that single electronic level consists of several vibrational level, and each vibrational level composed of several rotational level. So suppose if you are taking a one vibrational level transition to another vibrational level, it means each vibrational level is will be governed by the transition between the different rotational level between those vibration levels. So that's why we get a beam-like structure. Several transitions we get. So now, since the B constant, capital B constant, that depends on the value of small v, that is the vibrational quantum numbers. So now here we can write from GV plus Fj. This Fj, now I am writing here like this. Now it is depending also on the value of V. So the equation will be slightly changed, and omega EV plus half, it is okay, same like that one, it is also same, but here instead of capital B, we are taking BV, and this is the equation for the energy levels. So these are the selection rules, and delta V, this is for fundamental band, this is for overtones, and this is the for pure rotational levels. Delta J is plus minus 1. Suppose we are taking the transition from V double dash 0 to V double dash equal to 1, like here. So what will happen, there will be several transition between these levels, rotational levels, for the same values of the V prime and V double prime. So suppose if we are taking the delta J equal to plus 1, it means that if we are taking a transition from J dash and J double dash, so what will be the relation between that one? J dash will be equal to J double prime plus 1. It means the first transition will start from 0 to the 1. J prime will be 1. And therefore, and similarly, there will be several other transitions. Now, if we talk about delta J equal to minus 1, then we will get another set of lines, and that will be called as P branch. So that this will give R branch and P branch. And if we want to find out what will be the wave number, so from these expressions we will get the wave number, and the transition is from V double prime to V prime. So for this we will take this wave number. So here we are writing the whole expression GV plus F, V prime and J prime. This is the higher level minus lower level, and then arranging the terms, if we take this term with this term, and then we can write the values F, V, J prime, V prime and J prime directly here. So what we get? We get this term, and this is nu 0. And this nu 0 is for first transition J double dash J prime equal to 0 to, this is the transition between J prime equal to 0 to J double prime equal to 0, which is forbidden. It means that it is not allowed, so we will miss this line, and therefore we don't get any line here. And this is the reason why we get in our vibrational rotational spectra, we get a null line, which is also called the band origin. Okay, and the other lines, they are governed by these two terms. So now I will explain you what are the R branch and P branch. As we obtained that the wave number nu we can write like this, and this is the band origin, which is nu zero. This is the nu zero. So as I told you, when we take the delta j equal to +1, so it means that j dash means the upper rotational level equal to j double dash +1. Here I am showing that this is V double prime, this is the lower vibrational level, V prime equal to 1, this is the upper vibrational level, and these are the rotational levels in the V double prime. So here I have written j double prime equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here, for example, I am taking the 5 rotational levels. Similarly, for this, I am taking 1, 0 to 5 levels. So I will explain these transitions, but these are the, here we are having the rotational level in a vibrational states, V prime equal to 1, V double prime equal to 0. So for this, here j dash equal to j double dash 1, it means the R branch we will get for the values, if we take the values j double prime from 0, 1, 2, 3, so we will get the j prime that will be 1, 2, 3, 4. It means we have to take the transitions from j double prime 0 to the next higher level in here, and it will go from 0 level to 1 level, this one, second one. Similarly, from 1 it will go to 2, and from 3 it will go to, from 2 it will go to 3, and similarly the next higher level from 4 it will go to 5. So these lines, therefore they are called R0, R1, R2, and because they are the lines of the R branch. So here we can write the first line, we can write R0, this next line we can write R1, similarly this we can write R2, and so on. So these are the line in the R branch, and that's why they form the R branch. Now we can write here for the R branch by taking this selection rule and substituting the values, we will get like this here, j double prime plus 1. Since here it is j dash, in place of j dash we will replace j double prime plus 1. So here we will write like this, and j prime plus 1, j double prime plus 2, and then if we solve we will get, this is the wave number equation for the R branch. This is the null line, this one, and then we have such expression. As I told you that BV prime is smaller than BV double prime. So, but here you see that 3BV prime, this one, is greater than BV prime. But here you see BV prime minus BV double prime. So this term will be negative. This will be slightly positive. So what happens when we go from the j double prime 0 to higher increasing numbers, higher numbers? So what happens? There is a decrease in the spacing, and that's why we get that you can see also in this figure that the lines are coming closer. The gap is becoming smaller and smaller gradually. It means that this higher wave number side, R branch, they are having the lines, and when we go towards the higher wave number sides, they come closer to each other. This is the specific thing for the R branch because of these values. If we talk about the P branch, so here we will take delta j equal to -1, and then in the general equation, if we are going to substitute here j dash equal to j double dash -1 and j dash plus 1 is like j double dash, so we can substitute like that, and then the second term. If we solve this, then we get this equation. This is the wave number equation for the P branch. Here, what will be the values of J prime? Here the J prime that will start from 1, 2, 3 and so on, and J prime that will be 0, 1, 2 and so on. That's why you can see that it starts from 1, not from 0, as in case of R0. So it starts from 1, it goes to 0. Z dash equal to 0. Similarly, we start from 2, goes to 1. So from 3 to 2, from 4 to 3, and from 5 to 4. So how we name these branches, these lines of the branch, P branch. So since this starts from 1, so we write P1, and then P2, third one P3, and so on. So these are the lines of the P branch. Now if we see the wave number equation, so here as I told you that BV prime is less than BV double prime. So this number, since here it is negative, so this whole number is negative. Similarly, BV prime is lesser than this BV double prime, so this whole number is negative. So this is negative and both are negative. They are not going to cancel each other. So it means that as soon as we are going to increase the value of J double prime, we will have a larger spacing in the consecutive lines, and that's why when we move at the lower wave number side of the P branch, the spacing between the lines that increases. Okay. So for the R branch, the spacing between line decreases. For P branch at the lower wave number side, the spacing between the lines decreases. So now if we write a common equation for mu R and mu P, we get a very nice equation like this. If you substitute the value m equal to 0, so these two terms will be 0 and you will get the null line. If you substitute m equal to J double prime plus 1, you will get R branch. You substitute here value and finally you will get this one. So it is a work for you. And then if you substitute m equal to minus J double prime, you get the P branch. So this is a general common equation. Now, if you plot this m on y-axis, start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, similarly minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and so on, m and then wave number, and let BV prime equal to BV double prime, then you will get a line, straight line. But suppose, since we know that BV double prime is greater than BV prime, what we'll get? We get a departure from this straight line, and we get like this. Here we get the values for the R branch, and then we get the values for the P branch. So we can see that when we take the R values, then we get that there is the head formation tendency in R branch, and similarly for the P branch side we have the degradation and it shifts towards the gradient. So that's why if we plot in a diatomic molecule, as I showed you, that there is a null line, or this is the band origin like this, and then there are the, for the higher side we are having the spacings which are coming closer to each other, and this is the R branch. And similarly, if we take the P branch, so the spacing that for going towards the lower end of the wave number, the spacing increases. So we get the P branch. So that by these theories, we can explain the RP branch of the diatomic molecule. So by taking all these things, now we can understand why we get a complex band type of type of system in the molecular structure, which consists of the rotational and vibrational spectra, and they are having the several transition line. Here I am just showing you for a single electronic band transition, and if you are going to take the several electronic levels, so the transition will be more complex. So thank you for watching this. Thank you.